my name is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today I am doing my July update for my monthly beauty tracker. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is where I go over each month what I bought, what I used up, what was gifted to me, what I decluttered, basically just a summary of everything beauty-wise in this past month. And this includes makeup, hair care, skincare, body care, oral care, all that jazz for the most part. And yeah, basically my goal each month is to use up in monetary value more than what I buy, and each month this year I have done that. And spoiler, but this is the first month that isn't the case. But if you are not aware, I recently finished a year-long no-buy, so I did buy a lot of stuff because I haven't really bought any unnecessary makeup items in an entire year. So I'm giving myself a bit of slack, but yeah, let's just get straight into what I used up this month. So let's start off with makeup because I personally find that the most interesting. And the first thing I finished up this month was the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. Now this is my second tube of this. This cost $8.79, at least this one that I bought. And it has a, wow, you can tell it's dry. It has a very similar wand to the Toothpaste Better Than Sex mascara. It has the kind of spiky, not rubber bristle, but it has an hourglass shape, which I don't mind. I think it actually is quite nice to get around the lashes. This one, the first tube of this, I liked a lot. I was getting really goopy right now. In this second tube, I feel like my thoughts have changed a tiny bit. So the first month, I wasn't in love. Maybe it was too wet, but I found that it just didn't make my lashes look as good as I wanted them to. And then the second and first part of the third month, it actually was in its prime. I was like, oh yes, it gives good length, good volume, it's not clumpy really, but around the third, fourth month, it started drying out, and then just kind of, my lashes looked a bit stubbier, it started getting a bit flaky. So yeah, the prime of this I don't think was worth how much I didn't enjoy it as much when it wasn't in its prime. I felt like the prime of it didn't last as long. Yeah, I don't know. But maybe because I do prefer rubber bristle wands to have more separation, but I would definitely consider buying this again, especially if I just needed something that I knew would work. I like the sleek packaging. I think it's good, but I don't think it's my favorite, and I'm looking for something to replace it. I'm still looking for my perfect mascara. I know it'll never be perfect. I don't know why. I just feel like I've tried so many mascaras in my lifetime, and it's just hard for me to like feel like I found the one. Maybe I have commitment issues. Now this next one is a bit complicated to explain. Several years back, I bought the e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette, the first one that they came out with all the neutrals and a bit of gray. I decluttered most of the shades because it was getting old, and one of them was getting hard pan. There was like 3 browns, and I wasn't going to use all 3 of those. One of them I used in a brow powder. I used up the first shade that was just like my skin tone. And then 2 of the shades I frankened into a bronzer, which I finished this month, but I didn't exactly finish it. You see, I accidentally dropped it and spilled out a lot of the product, but I did finish up what was still remaining in there. And because I worked so hard on finishing it up, I'm counting it as an empty, but I'm counting it as $4 because the palette was $10. I never counted the prices of the 2 other shades I finished up, and so I guess in total I finished 4 shades out of a $10 palette where there's 10 shades, so I figure that's $4 worth of product. I know it's confusing, but it makes sense to me, and so I'm just going with that. I put it in this little tiny Lush container to crush it up because if you want to hear more about it, you can watch my project plan, but yeah. This next product is my last actual makeup product, but is the Milani Prep Set and Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. I put this in my project pan and it lasted for a month. The last part of it went through really quickly, and this cost $10. I bought it, I want to say 2 years ago. I don't know. It lasted a long time because I don't need a ton of powder because I have dry skin.
Having dry skin is a struggle.
But I really enjoyed it. However, the past couple days I haven't been using any powder, and just seeing how I feel, I'm not mad at not using powder. I almost feel better. Like, this wasn't mattifying. It didn't make me feel that dry, but just an added layer of powder all over my face, I don't think helped with my dry skin. I definitely say if you have dry skin and you want a powder, 100% would recommend this because it has a super natural skin-like glow finish. It's not glowy, but it's not matte. It's a really nice in-between. I would say if you're looking for mattifying powder, don't buy this. It won't mattify you. Maybe not, probably not enough. But yeah, I would say this is a good powder, but now I'm questioning whether or not I want powder at all. Now, these next 3 items aren't makeup, but they're makeup tools, and they are some sponges. Now, these 2 are the Real Technique sponge. I think they're good. I don't have any problems with this. I feel like they don't tear super easily. The reason I'm counting these done is because my dad's house, aka this house, was under construction. He was having a lot of it remodeled, and when we stayed up at their condo, I left these behind. I used this brush for my concealer. I figured it'd just be easier for traveling instead of worrying about sponges. I'm almost considering just going full brush and not buying sponges, just because you have to throw them away after a while for sanitary reasons. I left these behind, and with so much construction, the kitchen isn't that far from my bedroom, and there's a lot of construction going on there, so there's just a lot of dust, a lot of grime in the air because they redid the floors, and these were just sitting in my room, and I don't feel comfortable. Even with washing them, I don't feel comfortable using it on my face because I feel like they're just here for too long with too much kind of just dusty grossness going on, so I figure I should just call these done. I used them for several months. Actually, I don't think I bought any sponges this year. Is that gross? These each cost $6, and I also have another sponge. This one is the EcoTool sponge, which cost $5.99, so basically the same price. I like both the sponges, but I feel like this one's a bit softer, which is nice, but it also tears easier. And this one I think is my oldest sponge, so I was like, it's time to let go. Yeah, those were good sponges, but I'm debating whether or not I want to use sponges just because I don't like constantly throwing things away. I just feel like it's not very eco-friendly, even though this is an EcoTool sponge. I just feel like I would prefer brushes that I can invest in and then wash them and then not have to constantly be rebuying them. I feel like it would save me money, and I don't want to be so wasteful, if that makes sense. I don't know, but yeah, the sponges are leaving, and I would recommend them if you're looking for an affordable sponge. Now, moving on to body care, I have this Dove body wash that has 14.5 fluid ounces. I believe it costs $6.49. It's hard for me to find this specific size. I don't know if they sell this size anymore because this is super old and it was in backups along with my gazillion body wash backups that I'm trying to go through. Really happy to get a non-cruelty-free body wash out of my collection. I believe I only have one more, and I'm also eventually trying to just use bar soaps because I'm trying to use less plastic, but still have quite a bit of body washes to go through, so that'll take a hot second. These are Trader Joe's lotions, the Midsummer Night's Cream Moisturizing Cream, and they each cost $3.99, right? Yep. I liked them. They're 16 ounces, so I feel like it's a good price. The only thing I don't like, it kind of smells like wall paint, so that's a little weird. It's unscented, so yeah. The thing is with lotions, I'm wanting to use more solid lotions or just less wasteful lotions or make my own lotion using like coconut oil and shea butter and vitamin E, all that stuff. I've been trying to look up recipes and see which one would be the most cost effective and just the best one, but I don't know exactly what I want to do yet, so I'm just going to use up the bottle lotions I have. But if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them. Moving on to hygienic items, the first one I have is this Dove deodorant. I believe they changed their packaging, but it's their Go Fresh Cool Essentials. I believe it's around $4.88 for pricing. It was a fine deodorant. I'm glad to finally get out my last non-cruelty-free deodorant in my collection. It took ages because I had like several backups, but it's just deodorant. It worked. Yep. Moving on, this one you've probably seen before if you've seen these videos. It is the Trader Joe's Anti-Plaque toothpaste. Tastes a bit weird because of the phenyl propolis and myrrh. It doesn't have that sweet minty taste that people like, but it's not like I'm eating it, so that doesn't bother me that much. It's probably better for my teeth anyway. This one doesn't have fluoride. I don't know how to feel about fluoride because I feel like there are people who say fluoride's bad for you and other people who are like, you need fluoride for your teeth, and I'm like, which one is it? So currently I'm using one with fluoride and then I have a backup one without fluoride, so I guess I'm just rotating. This one cost $2.29. This next one costs $2.99. It's just the Croaker Denture Cleanser. I use it for my retainer. Moving on to the most eventful category in this month, and I'm not going to be going in depth through my thought process of why I bought something or like what I think about it so far. All of those initial reactions and reasonings will be more in depth into a no buy finale haul video, which I was going to post before this. However, some of the items have not been received yet. I don't know why the shipping was delayed all of a sudden. It was supposed to arrive today, and then now it's not arriving until a couple days from now. So I thought I should just do this video now. And so some of them I won't be able to show you, but you'll see it in the haul. Anyways, let's just go through the first two things that I bought this month. Actually, I bought them on July 1st, so I was really wanting to buy them, clearly. This one is the e.l.f. Rose Water Quad, which typically costs $3, and this is the Milani Highlighter in Afterglow, and I think this is usually like $9.99. I used some like CVS extra care bucks or whatever, and so I bought both of these for $7.99 in total, so save money there. I also bought 2 boxes of denture cleanser, which are also $2.99. Not super eventful, but those are things that aren't makeup. The rest pretty much are. The next thing I did was have an Ulta order. I had a $30 gift card that I got for my birthday, so I actually only spent $10.97. I'm not including tax or shipping for all of these just because that's too complicated to add up. So these are just the numbers before that, like basically the subtotal. The most expensive of them, this one usually costs $18. It is the Pacifica Cherry Cheek Powders, and it has 4 blushes, I guess you could call it. I thought these would be more highlighters. They're actually like really pale blushes on me. This next one I'm wearing today, and it is the Milani Bold Color Statement Matte Lipstick in the shade I'm Strong. It is this beautiful, cool toned deep red, and I feel like it's a flattering undertone on me even though it's really intense. And then I also bought 2 Flower Beauty Petal Pout lip colors. One in the shade Rouge Berry, which is a cream shade. So it's this beautiful, muted, deeper berry. Can we talk about how elegant this packaging is? And this one is in the shade Autumn Rose, and it is a matte. It is a very dusty rose tone. And the next order I had was from Colourpop, and I spent $19 because I used Julia Mazzicato's like $5 off code, because at first I was just gonna like buy them for full price, and then I was like, you know, it's Colourpop. There's probably a code out there somewhere, so glad I did that. The first one I bought, well, I bought them both at the same time, but the Lilac Yuvalot palette. This has been on my wish list for quite some time. It is this beautiful pinky purple pale palette, and I love that it's pale. This is the In a Trance palette from their tie-dye collection, and I took out the glitter shade because it was super chunky and I just, nope. But has these beautiful cornflower blues, this iridescent super shock shadow. I'm not sure how I feel about that formula. There's some muted purples, periwinkle, and some pinks, so it's definitely a part of my aesthetic. Clearly part of my aesthetic is also extremely warm and deep. I almost forgot, for that Ulta order, because I bought 2 flower lipsticks, I spent like $15 on Flower Beauty, so they gave me this free gift. It's this little travel brush. It's so soft, oh my gosh. I just have a weakness for brushes. I don't know if it's because I used to paint a lot, but I really love brushes. I've been using this sometimes as a bronzer brush. I don't know what exactly I'm going to use it for yet, but I love how sleek it is and travel friendly. It could be something I throw in my bag, who knows, but that was fun. I've never gotten like a free gift with purchase before because these are the first times I've ordered anything online makeup wise, which I know sounds weird because a lot of people do that, but it's a new experience for me. Now, at first I thought those were going to be my only orders. However, on the Ulta website, every single lip product on my wish list was on sale at the same time. So obviously I bought them. So I bought another Flower Beauty lipstick. This is in the shade Berrymore. It is a matte, and it is another berry shade, but it's a lot brighter and more springy, but it's still not like too bright. It's a really beautiful shade. I'm excited to get some use out of this. These I only got a couple days ago, so I haven't really worn them a ton. I also bought the Pacifica Color Quench lip tints in the shades Sugared Fig and Blood Orange. The next thing on that order was this Essence lip liner in the shade Under My Skin. It seems like a really nice mindless but butter shade. It's a bit deeper, a bit brighter, but not too much, so it's not like that intense or dramatic. I also bought a Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Prismatic Peach, and I have had one of these before. Can I just say I love this updated packaging. It's much more sleek, and I'm hoping the words won't rub off so easily, but who knows. My last 3 things from that order, I know there's a lot of lip products and there's still more, and these are the Essence Shine 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 lip glosses. I already owned one of them, and so I thought I would try some other shades. This one is Behind the Scenes. It is a clear gloss. I have never used just a plain clear gloss, so I'm trying to see if that's something I would enjoy and something I do want. And these two, this one's in the shade Let It Go, and this one's No Brainer. They're the newer shades. They're shimmery. I spent a total of $20.88 on that entire order. Considering I bought 8 items, $20.88, I feel like that's pretty good. That's a good deal right there. Now, the last purchase I made this month is the one that isn't here yet, and I bought from e.l.f. the Keep Your Curl Mascara because Sarah Rose recommends it, and I feel like it's something I would like. And I also bought the Hydrating Camo Concealer because I'm running low on my concealer. The reason I bought this purchase was because I knew I'd be running low on concealer. I knew I wanted to try out the e.l.f. one. They don't carry the lightest shade in the stores from what I've seen, so I was like, I'll buy it online. And while I'm at it, I might as well buy a backup mascara that hopefully I will like. And also, the Seriously Satin Lipstick in Sugar Plum looks like a perfect dupe for that Wet n Wild lip liner. I don't remember what the shade was, but it was something about plums or something. Plum Together, oh my gosh, yes. It was the shade Plum Together. I loved the color, I hated the formula. So I'm hoping that this will be a good alternative because I've been wanting a color like that again. It's this deep berry purple. Anyways, I also bought the Ryder Dye Lip Balm in the shade Sugar Cookie. It looks like a really gorgeous, like warm brownie nude that won't be too brown to look bad on me. And I also bought the Acne Fighting Spot Gel because I'm running low. I got a tiny sample of a different gel like last year, and I've been using it this entire year just whenever I need it, if I have like an acne spot that needs to be dried up. And I feel like it's running low, but also it's had the tiniest amount of product for like a year. And those 6 items cost $22 in total. And moving on to my gifted category. Now, my mom recently purchased these Revlon Bold Lacquer mascaras. She bought 3 of them because when she sees something on sale, she was like, I'll buy them all because they're on sale. But she hasn't tried it yet. And I keep on telling her this isn't a good method, but she's my mom. I can't really tell her what to do. So she tried one. It was horribly flaky. So I was like, I'll take the other 2. I'll try it. It was really natural, so like it would have been good for natural days. However, it was horribly flaky, so yeah. I've been using it as a lash primer just because I can't, underneath things it doesn't flake, but it is just, it's very like stringy. There's a lot of clumpy strings going on here. Yeah, I don't love this, but I figured she's not gonna use it. I might also use it as a lash primer if I can. So there's that. And then my sister had these lip balms that she didn't want because she had a bunch of other lip balms. They're not open. They are the Now Solutions Vanilla Lip Balm. I have no idea where she got these, but I was like, free lip balm. I'll take it. Hey, future Anna here. So a couple minutes after I finished filming, my stepmom actually gave me something, so what are the odds? This Beauty Gems palette, she said she got it at one point and she hasn't used it like at all. She figured since I love makeup that I would use it, which I thought was really sweet. It is this huge makeup set. Oh gosh, everything's falling. So there's all of these eyeshadows. I don't know why there's like these pans, but then there's the, like, they're not separated. I don't understand that, but that exists. And then you open it up and there is bronzer. I'm assuming these are supposed to be highlights, but they're more like bronzer toppers for me. And then 3 blushes. It has 16, I guess they're lip glosses. Glitters, I don't think I'll use the glitters. But, and then there's these concealer color correctors. So yeah, I just got a big honkin' makeup thing. Do you see this? Do you see this? Yeah, it's very large, but I thought that was very sweet of her. So yeah, I have this, and these would be really easy to put in project pans because I have a feeling these pans are not that deep. So. Now my last category is the Decluttered category. Some of these, if you have seen my shopping blog, you'll know about them. The first item is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 4-in-1 Brow Boosting Kit Tinted Brow Gel plus Serum. That's what it's called. My mom had this. It was not pigmented enough for her to use on her brows. It didn't actually add a ton of color. It has a very sheer wash of brown. I talked about this in my last month. I've been trying to use it. It was fine, but then the packaging started breaking and it was leaking and getting disgusting. I can barely open it. It got stuck with, it's just absolutely disgusting. And I was like, it's not worth using when the packaging, let me see if I can show you. You see that? It's like breaking from the packaging, and so all of the product is leaking out there, and now it's all thick, and it's just, it wasn't worth it. So now these last 3 you might be familiar with if you saw my Chop and Black series. They are the Wet n Wild Mega Last lip colors in the shades Cherry Picking, Smooth Mauves, and Stoplight Red. Just, they were fine formula. I didn't like that they stained, but they lasted pretty well. They were matte. They're just colors I would never use, and the only time I used them was when I was forcing myself and I didn't love the look. So the packaging was all breaking and they're all at least a year old, and I figure I'm tired of keeping these when I don't want them, so they're leaving. I don't have anything more to say at this point. Like, I'm just done with them. Now for the totals this month. I used up a total of 12 items, which cost $65.41 together, and I used up a total of 23 items, which cost $86.82. So the difference between how much I brought in versus what I brought out was an increase of $21.41. So this is the first month this year where I brought in more than I used up. However, I'm not too mad at myself because I just did finish my no-buy, so I didn't just buy things on a whim. They were all things that were on my wish list, and for the most part, I'm really glad that I bought, and I'm happy to test out because I haven't really had new makeup in about a year. So, considering it's only around $22 difference, and this in the past 6 months, the difference was like negative $100 something. I think it'll even out throughout the year as long as I don't do this every month. I should be fine. I don't plan on spending that much any other month, and I still, if you include shipping and tax, it's probably around $100. But considering how much makeup I bought a lot. I used YouTuber discount codes, I used CVS extra bucks, I used a gift card, I bought one of them when they were on sale, so I wasn't buying super expensive items either, so I'm pretty content with this month, even though I technically didn't reach my monthly goal. I figured that I probably wouldn't this month. I used up more than I thought I would, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Let me know what you bought this month. Are you doing kind of a beauty budget thing? Are you on a low buy or a no buy? Or have you been? What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts and just talk with people. That's why I made this channel, so I could kind of connect with fellow makeup and beauty lovers. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!